Dark Zero Horror Network.
Welcome back to Final Girl Fridays on the Dark Zero Horror Network. I'm your host, Kirsty Lloyd. Today, we aren't just looking at someone who survived a night of terror. We're looking at the girl who turned her own home into a war zone. Most Final Girls run, and some fight back when they're cornered. But today's subject, she read the manual, she set the timer, and she dragged the boogeyman into the light of day. Today, we are deep diving into Elm Street's finest, Nancy Thompson, and the incredible woman who brought her to life, Heather Langenkamp. What makes Nancy different? In 1984, the final girl was still evolving, but Wes Craven gave us a protagonist who was an investigating consciousness. When her friends started dying, Nancy didn't just scream, she went to a sleep clinic. She did the research, the every girl with an edge. She wasn't a superhero. She was a mousy brunette with an alcoholic mother and a distracted father. She was isolated, which made her self-reliance all the more powerful. There's that iconic moment where she's reading a book on booby traps and tells Glenn, "I'm into survival." She wasn't kidding. The sledgehammer trap, the light bulb tripwire, she was the MacGyver of slasher movies. We see her return in Dream Warriors not as a victim, but as a mentor, a dream general training a new generation to find their own powers. She died a hero, which is rare for the genre. Now let's talk about the woman behind the white streak in Nancy's hair. Heather Langenkamp wasn't your typical Hollywood starlet. When she landed the role, she was a student at Stanford University, the Stanford years. Heather actually took breaks from her acting career to prioritize her education, which gave her a grounded quality that translates to Nancy's intelligence on screen. Special effects royalty. Did you know Heather and her husband, David Leroy Anderson, run AFX Studio? They've done makeup and effects for massive films like Dawn of the Dead and Cabin in the Woods. She literally knows how the monsters are made. The New Nightmare, Meta Shift. In 1994, she played a fictionalized version of herself. This was groundbreaking. She channeled her real-life experience of being stalked by a fan into the performance, blurring the lines between the actress and the character who can never truly escape Freddy. Why does Nancy Thompson still top the best final girl lists in 2026? It's because she proved that you don't need a machete or a badge to win. You just need to stay awake long enough to make a plan. Heather Langenkamp gave us a final girl who felt like our best friend, our sister, or ourselves. She wasn't just a scream queen, she was a dream warrior. That's it for this week's Final Girl Fridays. If you want to see more of Heather, go check out her work in Mike Flanagan's The Midnight Club. She still has that same haunting, empathetic spark. Next week, we're heading to Crystal Lake to look at the girl who started it all, Alice Hardy. Until then, keep your eyes open, stay into survival, and for heaven's sake, don't fall asleep.